What are boundaries and why don't they just automatically get set? Well, they do if you were lucky enough to have grown up in an environment where people were emotionally honest with each other. But due to the fact that emotional repression is inherited and rampant, that's actually pretty rare. Here are the two main archetypes of the emotionally repressed and therefore boundaryless family. 1, they're loud, direct, and at each other's throats much of the time. 2, they're quiet, respectful, and rarely at each other's throats, if ever. Both archetypes, getting big and getting small, belie emotional repression, right? Those who get big are afraid to feel and express their vulnerable emotions, so they default to bigness. And those who get small are afraid to feel and express their powerful emotions, so they default to smallness. In a family that's truly emotionally honest with each other, there's an open expression of the full range of emotions. And boundaries are automatically built into this kind of system. And I want to say a little bit more about this. The very first time I'd ever even heard of the concept of boundaries was in an Al-Anon meeting in, I think, 2008. The meeting topic was boundaries. And I spent the whole meeting watching people talk about it, but not being able to hear anything that they were saying. And by the way, I now know that this is a textbook indicator of when emotional repression is active in my system, when I fog out or dissociate or just am in that sort of state. The reason I fogged out in that meeting was because the prospect of setting boundaries was a threat to my security system. To set boundaries means that I have to start being myself. And to start being myself means that I have to access, feel, and express the buried emotions that I'm the most terrified of. Now, in my case, that's anger. I'm like the quiet family archetype, right? So for us, to set boundaries looks like doing enough emotional repression work to come out of our anger repression and being able to look at each other and say, I'm pissed. That's vulnerability and emotional honesty for an anger repressor. For hurt repressors, it's the same process, but substitute vulnerable emotions. So true strength for a hurt repressor looks like them saying, I'm hurt by what you said. I'm sad. I'm afraid. So to answer the question, what are boundaries? It's just the ability to be yourself fully. And to do that, most of us have to make the unconscious conscious and come out of emotional repression. Learn how to do that right here.